Hey, what's up, guys? Mike here, and I'm going to talk about Jurassic World. And I just really don't understand all the hate on the internet for this movie. Now, it took me like 2 weeks to see this movie because I was on vacation. I finally saw it, and it was still a packed theater on a Monday afternoon, 2 weeks after the movie came out. So, yeah, this is a pretty successful movie, which means audiences really enjoy it, which is why I don't get all the critic hate on it. The way, if you read the internet and the way the internet views it, you would think it's as bad as like Terminator 4. Or, yeah, Terminator 4 or Transformers 4. Terminator 4 Salvation, really bad. Maybe even worse than Transformers 4. I'm getting off topic. But in all reality, it's actually a really good movie. It's made for fans, and I'm a Jurassic Park fan, and it's nowhere near as good as the original, but the original is in my top 10 movies of all time, so you can see why it wouldn't make it up there, but it's definitely the best of the sequels, and a sequel that actually deserves to be associated with Jurassic Park, because it's a really good movie. It doesn't get dumb and stupid in some parts, of course, it's a summer movie, but it's what summer movies need to be, which other ones like Oblivion or Jupiter Ascending just weren't, and that's fun. Quality-wise, it may be near those. No, actually, it's a quality way above Jupiter Ascending, but it's more fun, and that's what really makes this a really good movie and a really good summer movie, one that you should see in theaters. And like I said, it was super packed and it's been 2 weeks, so you probably have. Now, pros and cons of this movie. Pros, we got the main characters, which are Bryce Dallas Howard's character, whose name I can't remember, who is the main lead. So if you are one of those few people that haven't seen the movie, know going into it that this is her movie, not Chris Pratt's, and the main arc is hers. And then Chris Pratt is also there as Owen, which obviously means I enjoyed his character more because I remember that. And he was a really fun character who may have lacked an arc in a traditional sense. Like, not much character growth, but he started as a cool character, ended as a cool character, and he deserves to be remembered as some of the other characters from the original Jurassic Park movie. And I hope they both return for a sequel, because let's be honest, when you make $1 billion in like 11 days, or 14 days internationally, whatever it is, you're gonna get a sequel, and I can't wait to see it, because there are definitely strings they left dangling there. But downsides of this movie, I ramble off sometimes, I apologize. Downsides are some of the more minor characters. The two kids really are only there to serve the arc of Bryce Dallas Howard's character, which does make for a good arc. But them personally, the only real growth that they show as characters is brothers bonding, which is a typical movie cliche which did to be there. I hope maybe we don't need kids as main characters in the next movie. We also had a return of the Asian scientist from the original Jurassic Park, and I feel like they made him more sinister than they should have at certain parts. It makes sense as you learn things, kind of, but it just didn't need to happen like that. Also, the military guy that had a typical military waiting for something to go wrong so he can take advantage of the situation. Basically just one cliche to be in the movie. And the Hammond character, I also feel, or the Hammond replacement, was weak in just the way that he flipped on and off certain things about his personality, which at parts were good and then parts were not good, and I don't want to spoil what I mean by that, but his character, they should just kept on the same way that they started him off, instead of kind of changing the way the audience felt about him. But the strongest side character, back to pro, are these dinosaurs, because these dinosaurs are awesome. Not practical effects, but strong CG, which I believe will hold up, because it looks kind of like the apes in Planet of the Apes, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what these apes would look like. It's like, oh yeah, that's what dinosaurs would look like. It's not like, no, I can believe this dinosaur. It's like, no, those are dinosaurs right there. So I think that will hold up, and I think they were all strong. The way that we were able to feel not just fear for these animals, but also a sense of wonderment again, which is why this can stand as a Jurassic Park movie. And it makes you care about these animals that were just created in the lab, but also feel some of them, like the raptors, that we also kind of feel for those raptors too, man. You'll know what I mean when you watch a movie. And the Indominus Rex, actually pretty cool. I mean, whoever decided to mix the things that were mixed in this dinosaur were ridiculously crazy, because you're basically just designing a killing machine. But I thought it was really cool, and the way that it's taken down is back to not a pro or negative. We're getting into the plot here, by the way, because the way it's taken down is in this final act of the movie, where the plot, I think, doesn't necessarily get bad. It just gets kind of ridiculous, but in a fun way that makes up for it. Where on the other hand, the main plot throughout the beginning of the movie, I think, is actually really strong. The plot that our characters are focused on really isn't given away in the trailers, which I like that. I don't want to spoil it, because I like that it wasn't in the trailers, so I was kind of surprised this was happening. And then the kind of whole park moving forward plot, with the Indominus Rex and stuff, I thought that was all very strong and good, and seeing the park beforehand, I also thought was really good. Wish we would have spent more time there. That's another kind of negative. I think we should have spent more time in a pre-fall Jurassic World, kind of the way I feel in Bioshock Infinite. We should have spent more time in pre-fall, whatever the place was called, but in that game, I would have preferred to have it like that, but we didn't get that. But overall, I thought it was strong. The plot was strong, even though there were these weaker elements to it, which I think the critics that are giving it bad reviews and stuff, they're focusing too much on the things that don't make sense. But all movies have things that don't make sense. No movie's perfect, and just because this is a fun blockbuster, you're picking it apart more than you should, because I thought this was a really strong movie, really fun movie, and one that makes me want to see a sequel, because I know there's going to be a sequel. I mean, maybe, give some space. We don't need one right away, though I wouldn't mind it. I think time between them does lead to better movies, so don't just rush this one and make this not as great as this one. But I'm going to give this movie an A-. Is it a bit stronger than it probably deserves? Maybe. But I'm a Jurassic Park fan, and it appealed to me, and that's the only way I can rate movies, is the way that they appealed to me. So I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it down below, because you'd seen this movie, right? Come on, you couldn't have not seen this movie. I mean, it's made $1 billion already. You had to have seen it. I mean, if you're the one person that hasn't, go ahead and give it that $1,010,000, whatever, $1,010,000, because it deserved it, in my opinion. If you disagree, I'd definitely like to have a conversation with you down below, so go ahead, comment that. Please like, share, and subscribe as always. Thank you, guys.